Hey everyone, welcome back to Neumann Media's On a Positive Note. I'm Alexis Lomax, and joining me today we have Amanda DeCarlos, Amaris Manning, and Rebene Trullo. So like we did before, we're just going to continue to spread some positivity, and this week we found some more positive stories that we would like to share with you all. And if you don't know, but today is our best day ever, so it's the last day of classes for the spring. So happy best day ever, guys.
Happy best day ever.
And, we're just going to talk about school a little bit. And on the topic of school, high school seniors, well, high schoolers in general are still in school. But for seniors particularly, this is a little hard for them because of the things that they are kind of missing out this year. So on that topic, so LeBron James, he has backed a Prime TV special that is going to be commemorating like all the high school seniors around the world. And so his foundation is partnering with the QX Institute, an entertainment foundation, to present Graduate Together, America Honors the High School Class of 2020. So I thought this was like so awesome to hear, and, just bringing us all together and, just letting high school seniors everywhere know that they're not alone. And not only high school seniors, I should say, but we have, seniors in college too. So the special TV program, it's going to air May 16th, and it's going to be across like mostly all TV platforms. So you have ABC, CBS, Fox, NBC, and it doesn't stop there. It's also going to be on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, and guess what? It's going to be on TikTok. It's going to be on TikTok. So you can basically watch it anywhere.
I got beef with TikTok, but we ain't going to get into that.
Oh, I love TikTok.
The fact that they put the ad where it says, "You've been scrolling too much." I'm like, I just got on here.
I haven't seen that ad, and I'm surprised because I'm on TikTok a lot. But the program, it's going to feature LeBron James, and we have Nobel Prize winner Malala Yousafzai, and soccer star Megan Rapinoe, and we have music artists like Bad Bunny, the Jonas Brothers, Pharrell Williams, and more. So on May 16th, make sure to watch.
That's awesome, Lexi.
So let me put that in my calendar.
Yeah, I got to put that in mind too, because I probably will forget.
Oh, that's in 2 weeks?
Yeah, sounds
good. Yeah, and that other celebrities are also getting involved in promoting things for seniors. John Krasinski is throwing a global virtual prom for high school seniors, because high school prom is a big event that you don't want to miss out on. So they're encouraging high schoolers to get dressed up in their prom attire that they've already purchased, or even just wear like their normal clothes and go on Zoom and dance with their friends from home to still have that experience. And the idea is to salvage at least one slice of the fun tradition for the class of 2020. And the students are absolutely loving this opportunity to have fun and celebrate with their friends. And John has also arranged for special guest DJs and celebrities to join the students at their proms as well. And I've heard, I know at least one of them was the Jonas Brothers and a couple other actors and actresses. So I feel like a lot of celebrities are trying to reach out for that.
Yeah. Because I also saw that too. It was Rainn Wilson. It was Rainn from The Office. He played Dwight in The Office. He was featured on it. It was also Chance the Rapper was one of them as well that was featured. And I think that's really fun. I really liked it. I thought it was really cute too. It was so adorable.
If Dwight's there, then that's very fun.
Oh yeah, it was hilarious.
He's my favorite character.
I love Dwight. When I saw it, I was like, the reunion I've been waiting for.
Well, speaking of seniors, a different type of seniors, a generation who grew up with black and white TV, are now video chatting like teenagers. And for many, the transition has been relatively painless. But so now, like these seniors, one senior said, I used to look at some people using WhatsApp video and think, I wonder what that's all about. And she's a 74-year-old, and Jillian Chatham said, now you know, I discovered it pretty easily. So she was a part of a book club prior to the pandemic, and it's been going on for 10 years, and it just had its first Zoom meeting, and she had to learn how to and adapt to using the computer to connect with her fellow book club members. But she says it wasn't a hard transition, and she thinks that she finds that the best teachers are people of her own generation.
Mhm.
So even though we typically look to, they typically look to younger generations, like for help, because we grew up like with technology all around us. But they look to us to help them. But she says she finds comfort in asking other fellow 74-year-olds for help, like so they can navigate it themselves, which is like,
Yeah, maybe it'll be like easier for them to explain on, you know, a terminology that they both understand. And I just find that so cute. And like now that you brought that up, it made me remember, you know, like for Easter this year, you know, we all had to, you know, stay inside with your own families. It wasn't going out and having a family. And what is it, Google Duo? We like use Google Duo to video chat with my grandparents for like during Easter dinner. And my grandfather like figured out how to like answer it. Because we had gave him a tablet that we're not using anymore. So he has like an older tablet of ours, and he like answered it like just fine. I think like he can navigate like along like different apps and the websites more than my grandmom can. She doesn't really understand anything. But yeah, like, so I guess pretty soon we'll all be FaceTiming and video chatting and Skyping our grandparents and, you know, other people who we usually don't.
yeah, they'll know how to use it better than we do, honestly, after all this.
Yeah.
I would say if they could start using the filters, and that's when we're in trouble.
Just a bit.
My grandmother sent me a picture and she had a filter. So I'm already in trouble.
So, Amaris, would you want to share, you know, some positivity?
Yes. So I came upon the fact that Mattel has decided to honor our essential workers, our medical professionals and grocery workers and our delivery drivers on the job during this pandemic with their own action figures. And I'm excited because even though they're not, to me, I think they're superheroes because anyone that is able to do the things that they do, it's superb. And they've managed to, you know, put their personal feelings aside and just still come to our aid, and they do it out of love and care for us, and that is like the best thing ever. And I really truly think that they deserve this. So the Barbie maker recently unveiled a series of $20 action figures featuring nurses, doctors, delivery drivers, and EMTs. It's also selling, and I quote, a $20 Little People Community Champions set of 5 figurines: a doctor, nurse, EMT, delivery driver, and grocery store worker. Now the dolls will, pardon?
That's just great.
It is. So the dolls will be available for pre-order here through May 31st and are expected to ship by December 31st. And Mattel also said that it will donate $15 from every sale to hashtag First Responders First, which is an organization formed by the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, Thrive Global, and the CAA Foundation to offer resources to first responders and other essential workers. When I saw that, I was just mind blown. I was like jumping because a cousin of mine, she is a head nurse. She's in Jersey. She's a head nurse. And I was so excited because I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. And I texted my cousin because her mother is a nurse. And I texted her and I was like, did you hear that, you know, they're going to be making these into into action figures? She was like, I saw that report. I thought that was cool. I showed my mom. So it was like, it was really exciting. And like I said, I think they totally deserve it. And it just tells us that, all superheroes don't have to wear capes. They can literally be anyone who is a first responder and anyone who comes to your aid when you need it the most.
Yeah, I agree. And the dolls, they sound like so cool. And I saw a picture of them, and even, if you don't collect them on a regular, or like, used to going out and buy action figures, I kind of think like everyone might, should get one just to remind us of like these times. And who knows, like in the future, it could be like a collector's items, it could be like worth something,
I'm about to say, you don't
and
know.
even like a perfect gift for someone.
Right. My mom actually gifted me and my sister when we were starting college a Barbie doll of like what we aspire to be. So I know Barbie like had this idea prior to the pandemic. So my mom got me a meteorologist one, and then she got my sister.
Wow.
She got my sister a nurse. So now we keep them in my rooms. I wish I had mine by me to show you, but so it's kind of a key. She's like, keep this hung up in your dorm room. So every time you look at it, it's motivation to where you want to eventually get to. So I think that's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And it could also like inspire like kids when they see them to start dreaming of what they want to do, and to see people as more of a hero than they would typically at a younger age.
Definitely.
Right.
Yeah. And so speaking along the lines of, healthcare workers and those on the front lines, like Amira said, included in that list are our delivery drivers. And so the Tyson Food Incorporation is doubling their bonuses and also to increase health care for their workers. So, they have their people in the factories that are producing the food, packaging it up, making sure it goes on the trucks, and that these delivery drivers are making sure it gets to our markets because, we're all home and we need to eat. And I'm pretty sure you've all heard that, the markets are going crazy with, food shortages. So Tyson Incorporation, they are giving out bonuses to their workers. And so the bonus, they actually called it the thank you bonus to their workers. And so it's totaling $120 million for the company's 116,000 U.S. frontline workers and truckers. And so this bonus has been up to $60 million since they first announced it in April.
Wow.
Yeah. And, and it's not just a bonus, but also they are going to increase their short-term disability coverage of 90% and for normal pay up until June 30th. And so for the workers getting these bonuses, they'll receive the first one hopefully soon. Tyson said that they were going to give it to their workers early May. So it's May 1st now. So hopefully they'll get it soon. And that the second bonus will come in July. So, we had our stimulus check, and then hopefully that this bonus will help those workers, who might be struggling, and just like some extra additional money, and, they might put it back and do good towards someone else.
Yeah, the support just keeps overflowing for healthcare workers. And bringing it more local, a little flower shop in Montgomery County, with Mother's Day being a week away from Sunday, they are, for every order they receive for Mother's Day, they are sending a complimentary bouquet to any healthcare worker, like of your choice. So if you place an order for Mother's Day, you can request, like if you know a nurse like Amaris, you said, someone who's the head nurse. So you could request them and they will send a complimentary bouquet to them in regards from you. So that was really nice. And the owner spoke out and said, she had a woman call and said, my mother unfortunately just passed away, but I know what you're doing and I've heard what you're doing and I think it's great. So I'm just going to send you money and you send a bouquet to one of the local hospitals. So she went ahead and did that. And she said, even if you don't know a healthcare worker, you can tell her to send one to CHOP or deliver it to like Methodist Jefferson, one of the local hospitals, and she'll do that. So that was just another way local businesses, small businesses are even reaching out to support these healthcare workers.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. We love the support.
Loving the support, man.
Gotta love it.
And the thing is like, it shows that, you get so caught up with, doing your job, and you wonder, am I getting enough, if I'm giving enough, or do they appreciate me enough? Like, am I doing enough? And this is just showing, like, we really do appreciate everything that they're doing.
Yeah, really. And for little small businesses who are like struggling during this time, it's nice to see that they are like putting their extra foot forward to do whatever they can to, show support for these people, these heroes on the front lines. Because if it wasn't for them, then God knows where we'd be.
Right. And I think it also goes like long term that, when this is all said and done and these, local small businesses open up again, these nurses and healthcare workers and just people everywhere, people that watch the news will remember, what they did for others, and then will shop at their stores or at their businesses and support them right back like they're supporting those who are on the front lines.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can even see people of all ages trying to reach out and help those in this time. A 9-year-old boy from Boston named Nicholas Lane has decided to make it his mission to help out and do good during this time. His grandparents gave him a gift card, a $15 gift card to Target, and instead of using the money to get something for himself or his siblings, he decided to spend that money on food to donate to his local food pantry. And then his mom posted about it on Facebook, and now they've so far received over $1,300, and more money's coming in for them to go buy food to donate to pantries to support people who are out of jobs right now or can't really afford it normally in the pandemic, on top of it making it harder to get that. So it's really showing people of all ages trying to help out because he wants to make a difference and help impact others.
Mm-hmm. And I think it says a lot, I think you said he was 9 years old, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, so, at that young age, you kind of really don't even know what's going on, but then you just see so much love and support going on. So for him to take his gift card and spend it towards, something that can benefit others and not even himself, like he could have easily went to Target and bought himself a toy, but, and I think that really says a lot about his parents too. They must be proud.
Yeah.
So who else has something to share?
Well, since we, are still on this topic of, all this thing, like, giving back and everything. Mm-hmm. Excuse me, I had an air bubble caught in my throat. Tony, when that happens. Tony Award-winning actor and coronavirus survivor Brian Stokes Mitchell actually sung to frontline workers from his apartment window. So even though he's not physically giving an object to somebody, he's still like singing like his praises and also like his satisfaction and gratitude to frontline workers and to anybody else who has also been a survivor to coronavirus. And it was a stunning sound, a lot of people said, and they said, people were honking and, clapping along with him, and he sung, "This is my quest," and leaned out his window, launching like the greatest part from The Impossible Dream, and he was just giving his gratitude and gratefulness, and a lot of people were applauding and clapping, like I said, and they also were inspired to do the same thing. And before you know it, a lot of people were singing along with him. So I feel like at this time, any form of giving gratitude and giving back, whether it's vocally or physically, it's all acceptable because you're still saying thank you. And, you're wishing goodness and kindness towards other people.
Yeah, absolutely. And music has always been a source for, I feel like, so many people to just write in their day and have a common bond, because it's so easily to bond over music and lyrics, and to have that to brighten people's day is great.
Right.
And like we saw that in Italy too, when people were going out to their balconies and just singing, and they couldn't be together side by side, but they were still together, within their communities or however their houses are over there, and just coming together in song that way.
Right, and he's gone through it. Like, he was a coronavirus victim. So, like, to see he went through the process and he came above it, and now he's spreading this kindness, this positivity. That goes a long way. Like you said, Amaris, it's like a domino effect. If people see you doing something positive, they're going to want to help out and spread that positivity. So a little is a long way.
All it takes is a little seed to grow the biggest flower.
Right. And I want to touch on something that Ria just said, and how we were talking about people who have gone through it, but they're still spreading positivity and, doing stuff for others who are, still in recovery. And I read something today that said that as of this morning, there were 1 million survivors who have, got over the coronavirus. And, I'm pretty sure they're still in recovery. But I think that's something that we should highlight too, because, we hear the numbers every day. They're increasing in this area, they're increasing in this area, and, the number of deaths. But there are survivors too. And I think that they should be recognized. And, they've gone through it like everyone else. And, now some of them are, coming out and sharing their stories and, what it felt like and, what got them through it. So I congratulate them and, wish them the best, and, and still pray for the ones who are, sick now, and, the ones who weren't so lucky to recover.
Right. And speaking of a survivor, there was a couple in, I don't know exactly where, but they were planning on getting married during this time, and the bride at age 6, her name was Jessica Heaven. She actually lost her brother at a young age to non-Hodgkin's lymphoma and was diagnosed with leukemia almost 6 months later. And then she went on to beat this cancer and became a physician's assistant. But now, fast forward to years later, and she's in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic. She's in the front lines, and she just recently got engaged to her fiance, Adam. So they said, Jessica said she's been over so many hurdles in her life, and she wasn't going to let this one stop. They decided on April 17th in a small garden to have a small, socially distanced wedding. And of course, they're planning for a bigger celebration in August, but just now for their real date, the real wedding date, she decided to go along and have a service and actually get married. And, on this topic of staying positive and fighting through it, she had hardships in her life like everyone does, but she has been through it, and she decided she wanted to give back and become a physician's assistant. And now in the most trying times where healthcare workers are needed the most, she doesn't let that stop her. She's on the front lines, and she's still living her best life, getting married and planning for the best. So props to Jessica.
Yeah, power on, Jessica.
Yeah.
I feel like every survivor, especially Jessica, is a living testimony, because even though we are facing these hard times, people need to hear that it is not impossible to get through it. You just got to have enough faith, a lot of faith, and stay together in order to persevere through this. Because, even though there have been lives that have been lost, there are still many, many lives that make it. You got to look at that fact. There are lives that are lost, yes, but there are many lives that make it too. You said the number was what, Lexi? It was 100,000.
No, I believe this morning we reached 1 million.
1 million. So it's definitely not impossible.
Yeah.
There's always a light at the end of the tunnel.
Exactly.
Well, I think we have spread lots of positivity today. And before we wrap things up, I just wanted to check with all of you and to, see how you're doing, and, and happy best day ever. So
it's the best day. Not sponsored.
America is having a good day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's definitely bittersweet. It's the last day of classes, but also we're not on campus and we're not enjoying the best day ever, and hope of back in the fall and being back on campus, seeing lovely faces of our peers, our teachers, all the faculty. I think that's what's getting me through. And I hope that's getting like a lot of us through.
Yeah, and while today is like the best day ever because like it's the end of a craziest semester, I think the sweetest day is going to be when we're finally back on campus, reunited with everyone.
Yeah,
Right.
that's probably going to be the best day ever.
You just took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But be warned, I will wave at you.
Yeah.
I will wave, not
Yeah,
hug
right,
you, I will
right.
wave at you
Yeah.
until we're certain that there's
Right.
an antidote. I'll be like
Yeah.
waving, what's up? And then walk the other way. I kid, but honestly, it will be a great thing because I really do miss, being around everybody and seeing, my professors like actually in the classroom and seeing my friends. That includes you guys. And I do miss it a lot, but I still want everyone to be safe. So that I have to think about too. I'm like, I would rather us be safe than be too close and then something happens.
Yeah,
We
we
just
wanna
have to
make it
wait a
out-
little longer. We have to
we
wait
wanna
a
make it
little
out-
longer.
We want to make it out of college alive. That's the end result and situation.
Yeah.
This just brings to a
Right,
new
after all
level.
this work. Yeah.
I feel like by the time it comes to graduation, we'll all be like, like that vine where we're getting our diplomas in the mail and then we're having like 200 people on screen at the same time. And the teacher's saying our names.
It better not come to that.
I don't think it will.
We need to be on campus. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I hope.
hopefully. Go ahead, Lex.
No, I was gonna say I hope it doesn't come to that either. But for the seniors that are in high school now and the seniors in college too,
Yeah.
that might be an option for them right now. But I hope like schools are planning to do something in person as well, so that they don't just have to enjoy it virtually.
Yeah, I honestly think, I think I mentioned this last week that a friend of mine, her school, they're going to wait until it's December for the seniors of this year to graduate, for them to have their graduation. So I think that's what they're going to do. I think that's something that most schools are going to end up doing. They're going to like hold off and like wait for the seniors to graduate from this year to December of next year. So maybe they'll do that, or they'll just hold it on a different day for the spring. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I think they're going to do it in the winter of next year.
Yeah, my sister just finished her MBA like a month or so ago, and her university said that they're gonna move their graduation to like their homecoming weekend in September, but on the day of their graduation, they're gonna do something like televised, so they can still celebrate then, just their diploma's mailed. So I feel like a lot of universities are doing something to celebrate them now, but then we'll do a full thing later.
Yeah,
You can't go through college without having that. That's like the big moment that you wait for.
They better call up John Krasinski and ask him how he can, pipe things up for graduation. You can do it for prom. You can do it for graduation.
And then have celebrities at your graduation. That would be totally unheard of otherwise.
Woo, woo.
Well, I think that's all we have for today. So I just wanted to say thank you to Amanda, Amaris, and Ria for joining me today. And, this was fun. And, maybe we'll continue it after finals and, or reconvene again in the summer and, continue to spread more positivity. Whether we're in a pandemic or not, there's always positivity to be spread.
That's right.
So thanks, guys.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.